Evening, good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever time you are watching this video. It is once again the DOUG. This time I'm here to talk about the NFL schedule, which was just released a few days ago. I'm going to talk about the games I'm looking forward to each week, which games I think will be the games you should be watching during those weeks, week 1, 2, yada, yada, yada. But before I do that, I'm just going to give you a heads up now, so you may as well deal with it, and I'm going to go over the Monday night schedule last. I'm going to talk about my Cowboys. I mean, come on. Anyone who knows, who said to me, who saw my picture, knows I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Been one all my life. I remember the good old days with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, Yeah, those days are long and gone, but it's nice to remember the past. Before I even start on the schedule, I'm a little bit upset with the Dallas Cowboys re-signing Tony Romo. Maybe some Cowboy fans were probably happy. As far as I'm concerned, that money and that contract, he hasn't proven it to me. And I'm saying it this is year. Tony, you got to send a bunch of money. And I think every Dallas Cowboys player and every fan will agree with this statement. It is time for Tony Romo to put up or shut up. If he fails this year, we need to cut our losses, get rid of him. I don't care if we have to pay him the rest of the contract or not. I'd rather get rid of him and start with a better quarterback. Okay? And to be honest, I'm kind of hoping next week Dallas drafts a quarterback just to make Tony Romo sweat to make him play better. Because I know Tony has good games. When he shows up, he can be spot on. Unfortunately, he's got more misses than hits. Alright? Because I can go back to last season. There were a lot of games we could have won. He cost us. And I will admit that. He cost us a lot of games. Most Cowboy fans wouldn't admit it because, let's be honest, most fans are blinded by their team pride. Yeah, I'm blinded when it comes to picks, but I'm also not stupid when we need to get rid of a player. He's the main problem, in my opinion. If we had a quarterback who could show up on a regular basis, I mean, yeah, I know quarterbacks are going to lose once in a while, but when you're costing your team playoff chances after playoff chances, it gets kind of annoying. Again, that's just my opinion. Maybe some other Dallas fans would disagree. Some may agree with me. I don't know. But, we got a good rushing core. We got a good receiving core. It's just I don't like our quarterback. Last year we won 8-8. That's not bad. Hopefully we can do better this year. But, hey, that's what we're here to talk about, the schedule. Now, the Dallas Cowboys have three Sunday night games and a Monday night game I'll get later. I'll mention this one because it's, my team. I just want to get it, talk about it. Dallas starts off at home against the New York Giants. So this is a rematch from last season's opening game. So hopefully it helps us. It would be nice to start off with a win. I don't know. Giants are a good team. You never know what's going to happen with them. I expect it to be a good game, though, to start off the Sunday night season. After that, my Cowboys go to Kansas City. I think that's a gimme win. Kansas City's in rebuild mode. Then we go back home to face the Rams. Again, I think that's a gimme game. Rams are rebuilding. But hey, this is just preseason budget. We don't know what's going to happen during the freaking season. Who knows what's going to happen from now till then. Then we go to San Diego. San Diego, let's be honest, they're more up and down than any team I've ever seen in my life. Week 5, that's going to be our first, our big test. We're going to be playing against the Denver Broncos, who to me have the easiest fucking schedule in the league. And I'm going to talk about that after the Cowboys, because I think they got a good, easy fucking schedule. Then we play Washington. That's going to be a home game for us, and the one against Denver is at home as well. So at least that's 2 home games. That home field advantage may help us. Now with the Redskins, I'm going to be honest. They got a question mark this year with RG3. Is he going to be able to come back ready to go? I know Redskin fans, they're going to say yes he is. But as a fan of the sport, I think every fan should look at this a little bit, because I know people are going to draft him because of fantasy, oh, look how good he did last year. Let's not, last year, hey, I'll give it to him. He did great last year. But the question's going to be this. He's going to have 2 questions that everyone's going to be asking. And why no one's asked him yet, I don't fucking know. 1, is he going to be a flash in the pan? Is he going to just bomb this year? That's one question. 2, is his leg going to be ready? And is he going to be ready mentally? Remember what I was saying last year with Peyton Manning? Do we know if he's mentally ready? He proved me wrong. So did Adrian Peterson. 2 guys, maybe RG3 can do it. Maybe his injury won't affect him that much. But because it's a leg injury, you know damn well every team they play against this season is going for the legs. We know this. Everybody will. I'm just saying it ahead of time. And I do wish RG3 luck, because I like the guy. I don't wish no ill towards my rivals, except for the fucking New York Giants and the Eagles, because I don't like going to the home games. At least when I go see Dallas and against the Skins and Redskins at home, at least I know I feel safe enough I won't get shot or stabbed. Because I'm man enough to actually admit that I'm a Dallas fan. And wear my Emmitt Smith jersey, of course. So yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to that game. I'm going to be looking forward to all the Redskin games this year to see how RG3 does. Same with Seattle Seahawks and the Colts. See how their second-year QBs do. After that, Week 7, we're at Philadelphia. Then we're built mode. Week 8, we go to Detroit. Week 9, we play the Vikings. That could be a very interesting match. They got great running back. I just don't trust the quarterback. My opinion. Then Week 10, we play the New Orleans Saints. In New Orleans. Should be interesting. They're going to have everything back together, so they're going to be dangerous again. Dallas finally gets a good bye Week 11 after so many fucking years of having the bye week between Week 5 and Week 4. We finally get a good, decent bye week. That's what's going to help us, in my opinion. Shut up. Why? Well, look back at what I've always said. The teams with the earlier bye weeks will have a harder road, because think about it. If you were a player in the NFL, would you want a bye early in the season, or would you want it late in the season where you can heal your guys up? To me, if I got to pick where I got the bye, I'd want it between Week 10 and Week 14, somewhere around there, because your players may be hurt during that time. You can rest them up for a week. They don't have, you can rest your players up. Where if you got to bye in Week 4, Week 5, Week 6, that's not a lot of time to heal up, because you still got a long schedule to go. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe that bye week plays or hurts Dallas. We shall see. After the bye week, the Cowboys head to New York. Then on Thanksgiving, they play the Oakland Raiders. It's Oakland. Then Monday night, December 9th, Week 14, they play Chicago. So this is a rematch again from last season, from Monday night. So maybe Chicago will light you one straight twice. But who knows with Chicago, because they're in rebuild mode as well, because they got a coach from the Canadian Football League. Come on. I don't like that. Week 15, my buddy Travis. Hey, our teams play against each other. My Cowboys versus your Green Bay. But it's at home for me. That does play a factor in me, because my Cowboys don't have to go up in fucking cold weather land. Week 16, rivalry game. We go to Washington, and then Week 17 we end at Philadelphia. We end at home against Philadelphia. Looking at the schedule, the only games that would concern me if you're a Dallas fan, or concern me because I am one, is Week 1, Week 5, Week 6, Week 9, Week 10, Week 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Because the rest, I'm not too worried about, because the teams who are really rebuilding are just stink. Again, my opinion. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe if Dallas gets it together, but injuries maybe are going to play a key factor. Now let's talk about the Denver Broncos for a minute. Who the hell did they blow? Because they got the easiest schedule to me. I mean, let's take a look at their schedule, okay? You start off against Baltimore at home. Then the Giants. Okay, so you got that Week 2 match. I'll come back to it. Then you got Oakland and Philadelphia. That's 2 fucking wins right there. Then you're at Dallas. That's a question mark. Week 6, you play the Jaguars. Easy fucking win. Then you play the Colts. Week 7. Gonna be another good rivalry game. I'll explain later. Then you go to Then you're at home against Washington. I'm not going to bet against Peyton Manning on that one, folks. Sorry, I can't. Then listen to the next few games. Week 10, because they're off in Week 9, they play San Diego. Then they play Kansas City. Yeah, then they go to New England. Then they play Kansas City again. Then Tennessee, then San Diego, then Houston, then Oakland. Look at the last games I just said. They play San Diego twice, Kansas City twice, Tennessee, and Oakland. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins right there. Okay? Because who knows how they're going to do against Houston and New England. Oh, but wait a minute. They play Oakland. So that's 7. Philly's going to be 8. And Jacksonville's going to be 9. That's 9 fucking winnable games right there where they won't have to break a fucking sweat. 9 games right there. They don't have to break a sweat. I would be very surprised if Denver misses the playoffs. Because I'm sorry. You get to play Oakland twice. You got Jacksonville. You got San Diego twice. You got Kansas City. You got Tennessee. You got so many winnable games against terrible teams. It's a joke. And I don't know why the NFL made that schedule. I think maybe luck of the draw. I don't know. Again, my opinion. Alright, now let's go to the schedule week by week where I give you my opinions on what games you should be watching this season. Week 1, of course, Baltimore, Denver. Baltimore the Ravens kind of get hosed at home because the Orioles have a home game that day. So, yeah, Baltimore has to hit the road. Kind of unfortunate, but hey, shit happens. But hey, we're going to find out if they for real or not, because Baltimore lost a lot of key players after they won the Super Bowl. Going to be very interesting. Also doing week 1, of course, the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants. That should be an interesting matchup. Green Bay at San Francisco again. Going to be very interesting. And I'm going to be keeping my eye on 2 other games that many people may not be keeping their eye on. Atlanta at New Orleans. That's going to be very interesting. New Orleans is going to finally have their head coach back, so maybe that might play a key factor. And then Miami at Cleveland, because a lot of people like what Miami's doing, and so do I. So Miami's going to be a team I keep my eye on for. We'll get to the Monday night games in a few minutes. Week 2, which will be starting the NFL games on the NFL Network. Jets in New England. Yeah, I'm not watching that piece of crap. That's going to be a murder, death, kill. But for games for week 2, I will say the following games you should be watching are the following. Minnesota at Green Bay. I think that would, not Minnesota at Green Bay. Washington at Green Bay. That's going to be RG3's first real test against a great defense. Now, this is what Minnesota versus Chicago. That's going to be interesting as well. Definitely keeping my eye on that game. As far as the other ones in week 2, Denver at New York. The Manning brothers will fight. And San Francisco versus Seattle should be another good one, which will be on NBC in week 2. Week 3. This one, well, week 3 does not have a lot of good games for it. I mean, you got Houston at Baltimore, should be interesting. Chicago and Pittsburgh should be interesting. Colts at 49ers, that has my attention, but really not anything that pops, you know. Ooh. Week 4. Yeah, week 4. That's the that's gonna be the no one cares category, because looking at it, let's see. Yeah, it's you can kind of predict who's gonna win most of those games just looking at it. Go look for yourself and you'll see why. The only one that I can't predict is Seattle at Houston, because who knows what's gonna happen there. New England and Atlanta will be the other good one. The rest, meh. Week 5. Yeah, this is when we get a lot of teams getting their bye weeks, folks. By the way, week 4 only has 2 teams on the bye. Week 5, Baltimore, Miami. I'm going to keep an eye on that. And of course, Denver at Dallas. New Orleans at Chicago will be interesting, and Houston at San Francisco will also be interesting as well. Week 6. Looking at that right now, I don't see anything that catches my eye except for the Saints at New England and Washington at Dallas. That's going to be interesting. Week 7. Yeah. You got Tampa Bay, Atlanta. That could be interesting. Chicago, Washington could be interesting. Denver at Indianapolis. That's going to be the best game right there doing that week. As far as for the rest, I'll let you make them up on your own, you know. But I want to talk about the Monday night schedule for a minute now before I head out. Week 1, Philadelphia at Washington, followed by Houston at San Diego. Could we not have gotten a better teams? And I'm not dissing Washington and Houston here. It's their opponents. Philadelphia's in rebuild mode. I don't see Philadelphia winning that game. And I'll be honest, if Philadelphia beats Washington week 1, I will apologize the next day in my picks. I will apologize. Okay, so you can guarantee right now, I'm making my guarantee for at least one game besides all the Dallas ones. Philadelphia will not beat Washington in week 1. The only way Washington's losing that is if RG3 gets took out on a stretcher. Week 2, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, Bullfest. Week 3, Oakland at Denver, Bullfest. So you got 2 Monday night games right there that are going to suck. Week 4 though, that's when good games start coming back. Miami at New Orleans, that's going to be very interesting. Miami's doing a lot of key things, you know, moving a lot of things, doing shit that other teams should have been doing the free agent. New Orleans, hey, they got their head coach back. Should be a great game to watch in Week 4 Monday night. I would definitely have that circled on my calendar. Week 5, Jets in Atlanta. I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. If Jets have a winning season, I would do the fucking hokey pokey. Okay? I'm sorry, the Jets make me feel like I'm watching a soap opera on CBS. I mean, Jesus Christ, folks. Week 6, Colts at San Diego. Yeah, Bullfest. San Diego ain't going to be a team I'm going to be worried about. Week 7, Minnesota at the Giants. That's a game I want to watch. That's going to be interesting. You're going to have a great quarterback in Eli going against a great running back in Adrian Peterson. Should be a great match. Week 8, Seattle at St. Louis. Well, at least St. Louis gets some airtime. Week 9, Chicago at Green Bay. Definitely going to be watching that one. That's going to be a good old-fashioned rivalry game. Week 10, Battle for Florida, baby. Monday, November 11th, Miami taking on Tampa Bay. Someone's going to win the great state of Florida. Should be a great game to watch. It's going to be Florida versus Florida. I love it. Week 11, New England at Carolina. Okay, who the fuck put that there? And yeah, I know Panther fans are like, oh, but Doug. Yeah, I'm happy for the Panther fans because you actually get to see your damn team play. But for the rest of us, hell no. I'm sorry. Carolina does not make me look at their schedule and say, they're going to be a playoff contender. Hell no. Week 12. A game I would definitely be watching, San Francisco at Washington. Should be a very good match. Week 13. New Orleans at Seattle. Again, a match I would definitely be watching. Well, Week 14's obvious. Dallas at Chicago. Yeah, I'm watching that one. If you didn't know that. Week 15, Baltimore at Detroit Monday night. This game could either be one or two things. Ravens going for a playoff spot, or both teams fucking suck and no one's going to want to watch it unless you're a fan of their team. And I'm not being mean against Baltimore. My mom's a Ravens fan. But like I told her, Ravens to me have lost too many key players to make me think they're going to repeat again. But hey, stranger things have fucking happened, you know, that's where you play to win the game. Anything can happen. This is just my opinions. So don't get mad, you know, don't fucking rage on the little comments, you know. Unless you like doing that, then go ahead and be a troll. Last game of the Monday night season. Atlanta at San Francisco, that's a definitely watch. That could be for not only a playoff spot, that could decide who gets what seed. That could decide who gets eliminated. So I'd definitely be looking forward to that, but again, my opinion. Now let me know what you think of the schedule, and how do you feel about your team's schedule? Do you think it's going to be a good season for you guys, or do you think your team's in trouble because of the schedule? Let me know what you think of your team's schedule. Let me know what you think of the other. Let me know what you think of the Monday night games and any other games I missed because I didn't go over the full schedule. Until next time, this is your boy the DOUG saying good night and have a great weekend.